Hello Aquarius, this is a timeless reading for you. I'm using my own tarot cards, my black and white duality tarot deck. And the first thing I was sensing very strongly, very nice, there is something from the past that you might finally, probably for some of you even after years, be able to let go of. It could be very different for different people. Like it could be a kind of insecurity that you were struggling with for several years or maybe your entire life. It could be a person. It could be a home. It could be a job. But for many of you, like the main focus I feel is more on something internal. The external shifts might happen anyway. But I feel like this reading is mainly meant for people who really work on themselves inwardly and maybe have tried for a long time to get rid or to transcend certain insecurities or uncertainties and or to let go of certain memories. I mean, not forgetting those memories, but transcending them somehow. And there is a huge step ahead that feels very freeing and that will very quickly open a new door to something. We have this past card and old. I mean, these two cards go together very long and they speak very well, and they speak for themselves. This is you looking back at your old selves and all the different stages of your life. And the turtle, turtles, at least on the ground or on the earth, they move quite slowly. So this is a metaphor that I built into this card to express that sometimes it feels like very slow steps ahead. And if you look back, there is probably a lot to see, but you're also waving your old selves goodbye. And next to it we have the old card. Like there's just something old that you are saying goodbye to, and this could be different things for different people. And then we have the yes card, and it's so simple, this reading. Very on point. Like you're letting go of this old thing, you're having this super freeing realization, and then you are ready to open that new door. And it seems also that this door is already, shining onto you. It's already calling you strongly, like it's waiting for you. Open me, and it will be quite easy to open it. Then we have soul and open. And this immediately made me feel, first of all, it confirmed, what I was already saying, especially with something being open, but it also shifts into something even more profound than this inner maturity, inner evolution, psychological and mental evolution. It gets even deeper than that because it feels very spiritual right now. You might have some very deep spiritual experience, or if you already had those, they might deepen even further. And there's a lot of openness, maybe not exactly towards another person. I mean, it could be for some of you that you are opening up towards someone or the several people, that there is some kind of refreshing improvement in your social life or in your romantic life. But I mean, it could just, being open towards receiving spiritual insights, having this connection to your own so-called soul, however you want to call that, higher self. People have different expressions, different beliefs. But I feel like this is not so much about beliefs, forming beliefs, or, copying someone else's knowledge or whatever someone wrote into a book. But having your own realizations and experiences. And then this one puzzled me a little bit. Here we have ignorance, but now you know that I look at it for a few seconds and suddenly made sense. You know, first when I pulled this last card, I thought like, what does this have to do here? But you know, there's someone who's deciding, like there's a burning city, probably in war, in the background, and she just, you know, has this kind of unrealistic positivity, like, no, this is not happening, everything is fine. And I feel like this is the opposite of your own energy. You might realize that there's someone around you who has this kind of ignorance around them, who, you know, just try to ignore everything that is uncomfortable or even negative or sad. But you know, sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes we have phases, experiences in our life that make us sad, that hurt us, or yeah. And some people, especially some younger people, they don't want to see that or feel that. I'm not saying that all young people are like that, because I also know a lot of young people who grew up under very harsh conditions and who experienced a lot in their lives. So I want to exclude those people right here from what I said earlier. But you know, some people, they grow up in some, I don't know how to call that, but like everything, like nothing bad happened to them and everything is presented to them on a silver plate. And whenever something negative or even terrible happens around them, like they run away, close their eyes, and it's don't let me get into it any deeper. You know what I mean, or at least I hope that. So this could be either someone that you might see through and also wave goodbye, or it could, you know, just be your energy in reverse, that you are not at all this kind of person and you have been through so much. You have worked on this inner evolution, on this self-reflection all the time. At the bottom of the deck we have the devil, and I feel like this is some kind of realization that you might also have, or something that you might be able to, we have ego below that, able to face now that you have developed this inner strength, that you might be open to see, to not ignore the darkness in the world and in some people, like people who do really terrible things, like really, really terrible. That many people, especially in the spiritual community, they don't even want to hear about these things. And they just close their eyes and pretend they don't exist and everything is love and light. And I feel like this reading is about someone who is in the opposite position, someone who is willing to see that, to face that, and to face it fearlessly. Just want to take a look, like, yeah, that's just a confirmation of everything, like realizing something, facing something, understanding yourself, understanding something about the ignorance in society. It just feels very freeing. Okay. I'm gonna leave it here and just pull some letters and numbers. I bought those just a few days ago in one of these €1, $1 shops. and thought it might be fun to include them into my readings. And we have a Y, Q. Oh, with these letters it's always hard to form a word or name. We have an L, an I, an O, another I, and we have 2 7s, 3 5, and an 7 7 7. Okay, 3 5 7 7. Oh, sorry, 7. Then we have Y Q N L I O I. I know Illinois is spelled differently, but that's the only thing I saw right here. No. Maybe that's an important word for you at the moment. Learning to say no, or you take it as it resonates. NY, New York. What else? No, I can't figure anything out. In, that doesn't make sense. IQ. Maybe that means something to someone. Or, I just gonna let it be because it's really hard sometimes to find words here with these letters. So maybe those are just some initials that might have a meaning to you. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching.